Contract complete. Contract complete.
Bright and breezy.
Oh, you didn't see that coming.
Whoops.
Like maybe a player gets poached by VP, maybe their results just slightly dip or don't continue to, trend upwards. They've been close.
You saw at the major where the group against both EG and Liquid.
Yep.
And you see some potential there. And then they took Alliance, who I think are a very good team, ended up getting top 4 there, to game number 3. And then they ultimately lost to Liquid again. But you can see that they're one or two things break their way, and suddenly they would have been like a top 8 team at the major, top 4 team.
That's crazy. You expect a team who manages to beat EG and Liquid in the group stage, obviously, to get at least top 8, top 6. But yeah, that to me is the story of Navi in a nutshell. Is they're inconsistent. Like at their best, their ceiling is very high, but then often they go through these periods where they suddenly drop in performance. Even though obviously the major was tough, they had Alliance and Liquid in the bracket. They beat them. You got to consistently beat those teams.
Yeah. You do have to do it where it matters, but they are a very good group stage team. That's what we've seen so far, and this will be one of the first times that I've casted Team Unique or Gentleman.
Yeah, some player names you probably recognize: Vanscore, former Navi player.
Yeah,
Chu, yep. And of course 633 BZZ,
the man himself,
Pugna Infamy,
playing
himself. The offlane role typically for this team. Go for a slightly unconventional build, the Bassi first. Pengo, who needs regen? Imagine we'll see his support down there with a headdress, maybe pulling over some Tengos. We'll see how that works. It looks like Snapfire is going to be securing his lane. I assume Snapfire is going bottom with the headdress. That's probably the plan. Otherwise, you're looking at a double Bassi lane.
Yeah.
So that's not the play.
BZZ is like my favorite player, just because he's just so famous for like such weird reasons.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, why is he had a Pugna set that probably made him actually like a fair amount of money because of how big the meme was. I hope he made like royalties wise like millions.
It's the biggest, like one of the biggest sets on the market, the most common sets on the market. That's the thing. It wasn't so much that everyone was going and buying it, it was that everyone was getting it for free and drops, I'm pretty sure, because you get those free ender games drops, and I think it was just became the most common of them.
There's some guy out there with like 100,000 BZZ Pugna items.
I think you can get them on the market for probably 3 or 4 cents.
Buy now, guys. If he ever becomes a really popular player, those are going up in value. They're tripling.
Yep.
The stocks are going back up finally. This is what we needed to get out of this recession. Just buy BZZ Pugna sets.
Yeah, we all got to go spend more money, inject it back into the economy, the Dota 2 economy. Battle Pass might be coming soon. Well, I'm hyped for that one as always.
Yeah, man, esports keeps trucking.
Yeah, we did. Being stuck inside just means more time to play Dota, more time to get those cosmetics.
Yeah. Something I meant to talk to you about, by the way, you looked it up yourself, but all the games so far that we've seen have ended really quickly in Europe. Just fast game after fast game. Feels like whoever gets any sort of laning phase lead sort of just snowballs that into a win. Any idea why you think why, or any thoughts?
I would say perhaps the patch. I don't have... it's different to what we saw, because I feel like the other regions, like Southeast Asian stuff, we saw a lot more 30, 40-minute games. Maybe NA we thought would be a lot more snowbally, but my assumption would also be that these teams know they're going to play a lot of round-robin games. So games that are starting to go out of control, they're just happy to GG and be like, well, we got a lot more group games.
Yeah, we saw that in the Bait series yesterday, where whoever they played against GG'd out in like 18 minutes or something.
Cyber Legacy.
Yeah, Cyber Legacy.
Yeah.
The game was just pretty one-sided, and then they're just like, "I'll see ya." And
he's going for this kill.
Oh.
Well, not going to go for the last quill. And that could have... he had the 10 stick charges, so if he starts tanking tower shots and gets baited by the stick charges, that would have gone bad for him. But once again, Bristol under this tower, really trying to pressure this Ember Spirit, who is going to have his Observer Ward dewarded immediately. by Unique's mid laner. 19, not a player I'm at all familiar with before the...
In fact, his first team was last year, 2019.
Okay.
So only been playing professional Dota for, in fact, less than a year.
Is he 19?
Yes.
I see you on his Wikipedia.
He is exactly 19.
All right, what happens when he turns 20?
20.
20, not teen. He's no
20.
longer a teen, though.
No, you keep calling. He's a teen until he's 21. You know.
Is 20 a teenager? Whoa, you're saying 20 is a teenager. Well, when you have this discussion, this is
20. I mean, I think I wasn't really an adult until I was like 30, honestly. Yeah. And I'm not 30 yet, so.
Okay.
I'm pretty much a kid. I still do video games for a living, man.
That's true. We're all still kids, yeah.
Oh, now it goes back the other way. But I love seeing an influx of new talent. That's my favorite thing about Dota. Is there will eventually be some guy that you don't expect, and everyone's calling shit like Thompson. Everyone's like, "Oh, Thompson," like, but or Anna, you know, or Miracles and GHs and stuff like that. But you know, this is what somebody always comes along,
especially in these regions like CIS, South America, Southeast Asia, because so many of the young people are playing Dota. There are some regions, maybe like America, where you know young people are playing other games.
Yeah, I mean, Luki is our hot talent.
Yep, that says something.
Why are you flaming Lucas, huh?
Flaming NA, you know.
I love Lucas.
We're in Europe CIS. I think the viewers have my back here. That they know who the superior region is. North America, not even awake. We can trash talk them all we like. Will.
Grant's here. He'll throw hands with you.
I'm not going near those heads. I saw Grant scaring people in the paddle yesterday.
Yeah, dude. He's a scary guy.
Yeah. No. This is. But yeah, really. Yeah, some of the regions. Yeah, there's just so many more people playing Dota, and you're going to get a lot of new, fresh talent coming in. It's great.
Yeah. Absolutely. This game so far, quiet laning phase start. Haven't really seen too much yet. It looks like everybody is doing okay. The Ricky is probably a little bit lower than he should be.
Yeah. Where's first blood happening? Place your bets.
I don't even know if the Centaur dies anymore. I feel like this Bat Rider is now really getting value.
Yeah.
Sort of feel like choose job this game is kind of hard. Like I don't really know how he lanes against both Rubik and Centaur. Yeah. And Ricky doesn't really like laning against Centaur either. If anything, I think Pasha might pick up a first blood or something on Chu.
I can see that. Could be mid lane with an overplay, but that's at least not something you'd want to bet on. And then down bottom, or Coddle, Slark. They're not probably getting any kills unless Snapfire gets really out of position. There could be let's say this lane, the Snapfire Pengo has some more kill potential, especially if BZZ gets that Javelin out. That's when his damage really starts to amp up. And yeah, he's already got that, so this support Coddle, especially, even the Slark, have to be very careful. 2 points in Lucky Shot early on, so could see Team Unique getting it up down here. But both teams have a pretty strong offlane right now, and the carries are having a rougher time. The Slark and the Ricky unable to really contest their lanes.
Nice micro. He kept his illusion from when he stole it from the Bristle. That's a value rune. He denies the rune from the Bristleback, forces 19 to not get another bottle refill charge, and then also gets rid of the bounty rune. Yeah. So he got a 2-for-1 special there.
This is where 19 is wishing his supports were giving up first blood so they could TP mid to refill his bottle. He's like, guys, anyone dying anytime soon?
Look at that. Magical has a bottle rune himself. I will say the one thing about playing with Coddle is a lot of people ask like, what's wrong with Coddle? Like, he has such a good ulti. Like, surely he should be a top tier pick. But I think the problem with that hero is that laning wise, he does almost nothing. Like he's just such a passive laner. Like, your best offensive ability is really your chakra.
But now that you've survived the laning stage and Slark's getting decent farm, are you happy about the pick being in the game?
Kind of. I think it is a very good Coddle game. I feel like the ulti has a lot of value in this game. Because there's a lot of things... Like, Coddle ulti looks really broken when you have heroes that can just run in and you can play very aggressively. And you create this, like, backline. Like, you throw it behind them as your team runs in. And they have Stampede, they have Slark, they have Ember. They have very good cores at just kind of running in and fighting alongside it.
Yep.
And if you can get value out of the 5 pick and you don't completely get stomped in the lanes, then the hero is like excellent.
Well, very slow laning stage as far as both teams. All 6 cores getting their farm, all of them between 32 and 36 CS. Less than a 1 advantage. nobody pulling ahead whatsoever. There is a haste rune in Ember's bottle, so potential for a play with that, but even with a haste rune, he's still sitting mid. Maybe asking his teammates, like, can I TP anywhere? Center. But at the same time, Navi just seem happy to keep farming their lanes.
Yeah, I need to see some kills happen.
It looks like he's trying to farm some jungle stacks and Ember's onto this, but...
He's actually higher level than the Ember.
Okay.
By quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
He's almost a full level ahead right now.
There's the Stampede. Found the support kill. The first blood is going to be on Chu.
I told you. I didn't know it would happen like this, to be honest. But
an Ember haste rune plus a Stampede.
I did think that it was going to be at Chu at top. I mean, he's probably the easiest target in the game to kill.
It was going to be, in my mind, it was him or Coddle. Like, Coddle was the other. I was like...
Dude, Coddle can't die.
You're right.
He lives forever. He's like in the lore or whatever. He's like an immortal being, essentially.
He's made it to like 60, 70 years old already, so...
He's much older than that, for sure. He's been there since light was invented.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think, anyways. I haven't actually seen the lore on him.
I never got why people who are eternal beings, like, can look either like they're 70 years old or 20-year-old. Like, you know, think elves in Lord of the Rings. Some of them are like, you know, they're 200 years old and they look young. But then there's the ones that look like their grandpas.
There's not a lot of consistency in the fantasy scene.
If you're immortal, it's like, how does your appearance age if you're immortal?
Again, I just don't think there's... I think you're asking a lot of questions that people don't want answered. Now that you're asking me that, now you're starting to ruin some stuff for me. It's like Pyrian asked me, you know in lightsaber duels?
Yeah.
If you can turn them on, like, you know those like moments where you're like, and like, oh, those guys are fighting? Why not just turn it off and on?
Wow, that is actually next level.
Yeah, you'd win every fight.
Because you can they insta go off and on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you would just duck while you did that, and you'd kill it, like, you'd win every lightsaber fight.
So yeah, you go through his, turn it back on, and then just cut him in half.
Exactly. Win every time. Ever since Pyrian told me that, I could not... It actually ruined Star Wars as a universe for me.
Huh.
But yeah, Keeper of the Light is a fundamental, a force of the universe created when Elder Titan caused divided the world during the schism. Oh, 19? Is he dead?
It's going to be close. The Stampede forward. He's turning his back, trying to block all his damage. He's got the Pengo to back him up. The last Sleight of Fist will finish him off. But what's the price they're going to pay, Navi? Pangolier cleans up the Ember, and Pasha slithers away, but he needs to dodge the swashbuckle. Can he do so? Unlikely. I don't see it happening. BZZ, he's got a swashbuckle. Oh, he misses. He dodges. Oh, Chu still gets the kill.
He actually missed. I can't believe that.
That was the one thing I thought he needed to do, but turns out the right click of Chu is...
Can you imagine if he lived?
Yeah.
That would have been insane. So, trade-wise, that actually goes pretty in favor of Team Unique. It's quite good for them. Good amount of gold, XP.
They kill 2 cores.
Yeah, they kill 2 cores. You limit the amount of potential farm.
And Ricky's been free farming. We haven't seen him get involved yet, but he's now on the move. He's going to find a Rubik here. He's trying to steal some bounty runes. He gets it and immediately goes in on the Rubik. Tricks the trade comes out, but he did lose some of his physical damage, as he does not have another blink strike for a few seconds. He still wants this kill. Rubik trying to juke in the trees.
Oh, he's dead.
Yep, they get the kill.
Nice kill by Zitrex.
Yep. We go a 10-minute Vlad's timing on Pengo. Incredibly fast with the Javelin, going back for that team-oriented item. Man, he's having a good game.
Yes, he hasn't really been touched. And she's going to go down again. But BZZ, I don't think you want to get aggressive here, Crystallize.
Yeah. Let's go to level 6. Pengo threatening to go in for a Rolling Thunder. Does
I like that.
Get a Dark Pack.
He wastes mana.
Yeah.
Which then Ilias is there to instantly refill. But you're putting pressure on this Slark. He's not free farming. Like, even though he didn't participate in that mid-kerfuffle, like, his net worth is pretty mediocre.
Yeah. And I think that's now become the difference. Now it feels like we're still in the laning stage in some weird way. Like, even though we're 11 minutes in. I know what you mean. But the Ricky's having a free time farming, whereas the Slack is just getting constantly harassed and spammed out of lane.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fast diffuser blade. Oh, Cookie.
Nice Cookie in forward. They should have the kill on the Rubik. It's again Sioma going down.
And BZZ, the amount of farm that he has is intense. 11 minutes in, he's got Vlad's Javelin, and he has 500 gold on top of that. Like, we might actually see an upset here. This is a pretty fantastic position for them to begin the game with, and they have a really good aggressive lineup where they have 3 very farmed cores. I could see them win this game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're up 2k gold. They're gonna maybe lose their Pengu here, but the Cookie in forward here, he can get the Rolling Thunder off, and he may just want to use this one to escape. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to find
he's gonna bounce it back and try to go for it. No, he should get out. Don't throw this lead. Not when you're this far ahead, BZZ.
Like the bounce off the ice shard play. It's a classic.
He's sticking around.
Is he running out of remnant charges? He's still got 1 left. He's going to try to get the hell out of there, but the Snapfire ultimate being stampeded away from.
In fact, it gets stolen.
Yep, they're going to get pulled back in with the lasso, and yeah, they don't want to see him getting away with that one.
They really don't want to give that one up, but Stampede's been used.
More. Remnant charges up in 1. I think they're expecting Magical to be kind of low on charges, but he's going to TP himself out of there, and Bristle going to come on down now as well.
That was pretty good, because people did rotate for that. And they used the Stampede too.
Like you say, all 3 unique cores having a great game. The 2 supports, you know, not getting anything, but the cores is kind of what matters most here for unique.
Very, very good start for them. And they're going to go for a smoke play towards top. Ricky, highest net worth in the game by a healthy margin over the rest of Navi's players. This would be a big death by Zitrax if they can actually get him. And his career's going to fly in too.
Yep, they know he's here now.
This would be huge if they could actually get the kill. They're gonna pop us
Goes in forward, he's got TP rotations coming his way, but he gets chain stunned here with the Coddle ultimate coming out as well. The Tricks of the Trade does manage to get cast here. The Ricky could be okay, he's gonna blink out. No, he doesn't get, he gets rooted, so he cannot blink away. But the retaliation comes in the form of a BDZ Rolling Thunder with Vanscore showing up as well. The whole shebang. Team Unique looking to punish this one. Magical, he has a remnant, but it's not too far away. The Swashbuckler are gonna hit him as well. The Cookie stolen by the Rubik to help him push Magical.
That might actually get him to live.
He's got earned charges as well, so he's surviving.
BZZ not going to go for it. That was nice by Magical. He moved the Remnant to the left, and the Pengo Rolling Thunder followed that, and instead he just stayed in place and waited until he knew it was going to be pretty much over.
Nice moves from the Navi mid laner, but still a decent trade, but not a decent position to be in as far as this game goes. The 3 cores still top of the net worth on the Team Unique side, but you know, Navi getting good farm on their 3 cores. There's Coddle going to get gone on by the Ricky, who actually snipes a courier, and then he's going to blink straight again after the call. Elsewhere, the lasso going to take out the Rubik, so Unique take out the 2 supports, and we'll have to see themselves unable to catch up to the Ember for now, but with the double damage on Bristle, surely they can pressure this tower. He's level 13, 14 minutes in this game.
He is very beefy. And they don't really have the heroes to pressure him either, aside from that mid dive where he just went under the tier 1 tower in between the tier 2 and everyone just kind of got to lay into him. Should be a lot harder to kill now that he's got a Vanguard. He's got Assange coming in. A nice item choice. Of course, it amps your heal and regen. And lifesteal.
Yep. Yeah, you're playing against Slot, so that Heaven's Halberd is going to be one of the fantastic items later on in the game, since it cannot be perked off.
Pasha's getting really low.
Ricky, once in, does not have the damage or the slow Diffusal Blade. I believe coming out on the Courier. Elsewhere, Magical doing what he can to contest these bounty runes. But it is going to be Team Unique rotating on in to bully him back to the tier 2 tower. So Unique pulling themselves ahead 5k gold just off of a farm advantage here. And also it feels like the bounty runes, because before the supports were all even on farm, but Team Unique getting the majority of these bounty runes means their supports are actually starting to pull a bit further ahead.
And their supports aren't dying compared to Navi supports. We've seen Sioma the Slayer die a few times now as
Navi forward. Navi ready to go. This is the first fight we see Crystallize show up to, so Slack ready to get involved. They take out a core in the Pangolier. They want more. They want the Bristle. It's 5-on-1. For the Light going to pull him back in with the ultimate. That should pull him a second time. No, he barely manages to get out of this one. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to chase him down here. Now the Snapfire going to drop the kisses in. Crystallize gets back to safety. Stills the ultimate, so he's A-okay. But with Slack showing up, Navi only kill a Pango here, but this is the Diffusal timing. That's why they brought him in for this. Has the BKB queued up, and once he has that, he is going to be damn hard to deal with.
That's probably Unique's biggest weakness right now, is the amount of disable that the path is very limited.
Crystallize jumping on in. Very defensively pops the Shadow Dance. Needs to be careful, he's completely lost his ultimate and just gets taken out. Greedy for the regen, has backup with the Episphere rolling on in, but Navi have taken a very poor fight here.
Ember's now dead too.
Yep, he's going to slide off his back. The Rolling Thunder doesn't hit him, but he still goes down. And what was Slark thinking there?
That's perfect timing by Chu too. Instantly gets him as soon as the ulti ends. No chance for him to be able to purge that off.
Yep.
And yeah, completely agree. Not sure what Crystallize's idea was. I think they were just trying to get a little bit too much out of that.
Yeah.
It's the Spirit Vessel that's baiting them. They think that 19 is easily killable once this is popped onto him, but he still has a lot of HP.
Like you say, Chu played that fight so well, getting the lasso off right when the Shadow Dance ended, and also the Flame Break kind of pushing Slark even further out of position. But yeah, he popped that Shadow Dance very preemptively. Perhaps worried about a lasso or something because maybe his Dark Pack was on cooldown?
Yes, that's exactly why. And he didn't want to get smoke clouded and left with no options. But
you pop your ultimate, you should just run to safety usually.
I think so too. The rest of Navi wasn't really in position for that. And they probably would have died as well. Even though you do have a Spirit Vessel against this Bristleback, remember, he can still, it's not a break.
He's got 2.5k health.
Yeah.
You can stop his healing, but can you actually kill him?
Yeah, people always forget that. It's not like Morphling, where Spirit Vessel is such a good item against Morphling, because he doesn't heal off of his going up into strength. But Bristle, again, like Bristleback, the ability doesn't get disabled, still very good, still reduces damage. None of that is stopped.
Roche dying very fast with all the minus armor, and the Vlad's giving them the sustain they need, so it's going to be a free, uncontested Roshan for Team Unique, who lost some of their lead, but now find themselves with Aegis and approaching some of these items. Bristleback, I believe, going to finish the Heaven's Halberd at the shop, or maybe going to decide against it. Did have it queued up before, now just sticking on the Sanj.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of early Roshans in this tournament already.
Yeah, teams are getting really good about understanding when they can go for it. Typically, it's having either minus armor or a Vlad's.
Look at this, Crystallize is stuck.
Well, he had to pop his ultimate. Yep, Stampede to help get him away there. He's holding on to his Shadow Dance. He's going to Dark Pact off the Rolling Thunder Stun now.
Oh, he's going to die for that!
He just gets instant. They have so much to go through the Shadow Dance that he doesn't even end up getting it off. He probably dies there. Slayer uses those trees perfectly. I mean, it's definitely one of those plays I'm sure some people are going to be like, oh, why didn't you ultimate? But it doesn't matter. He still gets stunned there through his Shadow Dance.
Yeah, and he was trying to min-max.
Yes. If he pops it early, he definitely dies, so he's trying to, I guess, pop it at the last possible second.
But Unique had a lot of follow-up for him after that Stampede ends. And BZZ has had a phenomenal game.
Yes.
Ton farm. He's got a mech, about to pick up Greaves for himself. And once he gets those Greaves, most of them disabled. They don't really have burst damage. Fanscore does die for this, though.
Yeah. Timber gets out of the smoke cloud, then immediately remnants away. The smoke cloud proving to be very annoying against some of these Navi heroes. Back in mid, Magical has that Spirit Vessel completed, and we'll see what he can get done with it. But as for Navi, they're looking for kills. Zitrex at bottom has been dusted up. Pasha doesn't get the hoof stomp off because a nice Diffusal Blade being used defensively, and another Blink Stomp forward, but the dust wore off. They've got a Sentry now instead. Zitrex gets the tricks of trade. He might get out of this one. One more right click, they drop the second Sentry. Double Sentry dust. Definitely worth it, I'd say, but they need to get out. As Centaur could be in some trouble here. The Rolling Thunder on through. Pasha going to get found out. No chance to blink out and should be coming back for a second round. The Cookie as well as the Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckle now as well. And down goes Pasha. Did take out the Ricky though, so I think Navi still going to be okay with that one.
Yeah, 100% worth. They're not growing their net worth lead on the side of Team Unique. All three of their cores are still doing very well, but they're not really growing that lead any further. And Pasha is catching up.
The timing of that was also Navi got all 4 bounty runes, which is pretty big gold swing.
Yeah, that makes it from around 5k what it once was after the kill, about 2.
Yeah. And I think, however, both outposts went the way of Team Unique. So, at least experience-wise,
I think you'd rather have the gold right now.
If you're in Navi shoes?
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, they're close to some key items like this BKB on Slark, and they're not too level starved.
I think I'd rather have 4 bounty runes than 2 outposts. Because really, the second outpost just denies the XP. It's not like you get more.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
Guardian Greaves now on Pengo. I mean, every time a Pengo item comes, he's just beating all the average timings on it. He's had such a fantastic time. That Guardian Greaves is going to allow him to purge off things like the Searing Chain, so he can immediately use his mobility spells in the mid lane. Uh-oh, Centaur. Smoke Cloud's going to stop him using a Stampede or any spells, and Unique jump in, get a quick kill, and that Centaur just respawned as well.
I think they might want to go high ground with this, or at least consider it. Because I think the longer this game goes, their lack of disable is kind of going to be a little bit annoying. Like, once BKB start coming out, a lot of their damage gets mitigated.
Do you think Slark kind of carries this game if it goes late game, or?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think Ember especially carries this game if it goes late. Like, if he gets one defensive item, he's not going to die this game. Once he gets his BKB, he'll be really alright. He needs a damage item, though, and I don't even know what damage item you really want in a game like this. Maybe like a Radiant? I'm not sure.
And we saw it at I remember at the end of the draft on the SAP little graphs about what they had. There was very little crowd control on the Team Unique side. I mean, stuns, they have Rolling Thunder, Bat Rider Lasso, Cookie. These are not like your everyday reliable stuns, other than maybe Bat Rider Lasso, but that's a long cooldown. Perhaps the more annoying one is going to be this Smoke Cloud, but Ember can, of course, itemize into things like BKB against it. Force Staff queued up for the Centaur. That is, of course, one of those items against Ricky that's always so powerful. As he flicks in, looks for the kill on the Bat Rider. There is the follow-up damage from the team. Is there any potential plays for Team Unique? Doesn't look like. If anything, they're now on their own. Magical once goes in for more. Gets a nice Searing Chains onto 2. It gets gone on by the Ricky.
Nice
Yeah, the Coddle ultimate helping Magical get the hell out of there. As Slark is going to clean up the Pangolier. This Slark's still going. Yeah, this Slark's seeing a lot of stats here, but he gets lassoed now without the Dark Pact. He can't get out of this one. Can't Shadow Dance. You said he will have it soon, but he doesn't get a chance to get it off. Nice play by Team Unique with the Ricky Cloud, silencing him up. This Slark is, you know, they don't have many stuns, but the ones they have are pretty damn annoying.
That was the buyback, though. That was used by Bat Rider for that. So you see Pasha just gets in on Chu way too far forward from the rest of his team, and he dies so quickly. And that was the Grieve by BZZ early to try to save him.
Oh, okay, and that made his, then he gets Searing Chains here.
Yeah, and he has no, if he has his Greaves up there, he actually lives, no problem.
Yep. Yeah, he gets pulled back in by the Coddle, and definitely a rough one. You can see that Ricky was just standing patiently on the side, knowing that he couldn't really go in until later, but once that lasso is there, the Smoke Cloud follows it up to take out the
BKB
Slark.
used too by Slark.
Gotcha. So that, once that BKB wears off, and that's going to be getting down shorter and shorter. You really want to be winning these fights convincingly with BKB, if anything.
Yeah, that's pretty gutting, and Magical's now going to die, and they're looking for more here.
Yep. They're going in for more Slayer. He's on the run. Rubik needs to get back to the high ground. Centaur looking for a stun. Isn't going to find it. The Rolling Thunder is just bouncing around. Yes, Centaur is pretty damn tanky, but they're still going for an angle. Yep. The Ricky coming on in, doing some good damage here. Pasha will maybe end up going down. Crystallize shows up now with the BKB Slark, but he's going to have to just run the hell out of this one. He doesn't have the damage or the stacks to fight, and that means BKB now down to 8 seconds and on cooldown. And you can see here, Team Unique. Yeah,
look at this.
This says a lot. He's
19.
dropping items too. I like it.
Alright, this guy is 19. I'm a fan. He's going for it right now. He's feeling himself. Yep. He's at 3 to 1 odds for what? He's like, Navi, never heard of them. I was a little, like, you know, a little kid when you guys were good. Like 12 when they were in their heyday.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't watch you guys. Never heard of Navi. As we'll see a nice Coddle, but coming in, trying to disengage this fight, but Navi fighting without numbers. It's a 3v5. The Sleight of Fist is going to take out the Pangolier, but the fight should be going Team Unique's way with the BKB.
Has nothing for this.
He's got no way out of the cloud. He needs the teammate.
No buyout.
To help him. Respawn from Centaur is going to TP in, but okay, they're going to actually get the hell out of there. The tricks of the trade to escape. Actually, he's going in aggressively with the Ember to back him up, but Ricky going to turn and fight. May not have a BKB. Has a Lotus Orb, however.
Look at how strong 19 is.
Yep, being used defensively to get the hell out of there. They will take out Chu. This Bristle on the front lines is just, yeah, he's full health still. They're ignoring him, but you can't really entirely ignore him. He's doing some good damage here, building up all those stacks and trying to kite him as well. Ricky needs to be careful how he fights this, but yeah, you can see Bristle just free every time. Bristle has no counter right now.
He needs more damage items though. Like he's not at the point where they can't ignore him. Right now, they're doing a pretty good job of kiting around him. Bristle usually ends games when you simply just can't ignore him anymore. He deals too much damage in the fight.
He's got a Basher queued up, so that's going to give him some lockdown and additional damage to play around, and he gets some more quill stack damage, so you ignore him, he starts spamming those quills, it's going to hurt. I like that he doesn't go for the health regen, he's just never been really close to dying, he's being ignored, so no reason to get it this game.
No, even with the Spirit Vessel ticking on him. It doesn't even feel like it tickles him. On top of that, he now has the Lotus Orb to get rid of it for himself. He has 2 ways now to... he has 2 things to dispel that he really needs to, which is the Spirit Vessel and the Chains. And normally, Magical's throwing that out at the same time, getting a lot of value out of that Lotus Orb.
And we saw in the last fight, if he's being ignored, he can happily put the Lotus Orb on a teammate as well.
Yes.
And you still get value from the item when they ignore you. Smoke up from Team Unique. We'll see where they look to head here. They could be running right into this Centaur, who does not have a Stampede. Blink Lasso is there, and yeah, Ember's just gonna leave him to die, but Ember's gonna get chased down. BZZ wants this kill. Double Remnant just to get him the hell out of there.
BZZ has been really aggressive in this game.
Like how when he makes plays like that?
Yeah, 100%. I think the way that his aggression has been in this game has been very good. Like, he sets up for his team, they all run in behind him, which I like. Like, you're feeling his presence in the game, I feel, throughout.
Yep.
Like, he's making his net worth it.
He's got a Blink Dagger now, so has that Rolling Thunder Blink threat now as well. The front lines, Ricky getting fairly low here.
Nice Lotus Orb for him.
Yeah. Trying to hold on to his BKB. He still has it if he needs to. Going to pop it defensively, then probably look to turn and fight. Crystallize, BKB, Shadow Dance. He's going to get the hell out of there as